Hey all, this is Junior Scientist. Welcome to the channel. And in today's lecture, we will be covering something which is called as equilibrium constant. You should be clear with the fact equilibrium. Equilibrium are basically when something maintains a state where further no change is going to occur when until you induce any foreign particles to make the change to occur. In a simple way, you could say that in terms of chemistry, a reaction was stuck or it got fixed at specific point in which no net change occur in any amount of the reactants or the products. That is what we could call them as the equilibrium constant. I'm repeating again, it is a point when the two opposite reactions go at equal rates or velocities and there would no net change occur in the amounts of those substances. So you could say that their amount would go on equal, they are not going to go anywhere, the reaction would stop itself not stop itself, the reaction would stay at that point. So in order to get rid of that equilibrium or in that fixed point, we have to induce changes, we have to make changes in the concentration, we have to make changes in the temperature, we have to make changes in their uh, yeah, we have to make changes in the concentration of products or maybe the reactants. It simply means you have to disturb the equilibrium in order to promote the reaction to move forward or either to move it backward. Now the reaction over there is homogeneous reaction. This homogeneous reaction is basically in which all the reactants and products are present in the same phase, are present in the single phase. So that is what we could call them as a homogeneous reaction. It is a point when all the reactant or products would be in the same phase, in the single phase. So if the reactant is in the gaseous phase, the products would also be in the gaseous phase. Uh, if the reactants are in the liquid phase, products would also be in the liquid phase. So this is what we could call them as the homogeneous equilibrium. Now the reaction is given, it's simply if there is a point like we will study quantitatively how changes in concentration affect at the equilibrium position. Basically, when we maintain equilibrium at certain concentration, certain temperature, and we are going to make it constant, we are going to make it fixed things. So that is not going to make any changes into it until we learn to disturb them, and until we learn to disturb the temperature, until we disturb the pressure. This is what we could call them as the like making changes in the factors to disturb the equilibrium. Now there is a point which is called as, like certain reversible equation is given in which something is converted into something. Now the fact is that you should be clear, like after for the sake of writing like this equation, there are certain brackets given over there, and though the purpose of those brackets is like they are going to display or they are going to depict about the concentration. Basically these big brackets are the thing which let you know like how much concentration, they are basically the concentration signs. Next part is like there is, like they are written as products divided by reactants. So that is how we are going to write up this equation. So simply when we are going to, or okay, another thing is like when there is like there's certain two, a smaller two is written over there. That is basically the molar thing. So simply this mole is going to be displayed right above the brackets like this way. So they are going to depict about the how many number of moles are present. So we could write it on that way. The value is called as the equilibrium constant and is given as the symbol Kc. Why is it Kc? Because this time we are concerning with the concentrations, but if we just tends to deal with the pressure or with the partial pressure of something else, or we try to maintain partial pressure as a constant factor, in that case it would be termed as Kp. Now, what they are saying is that this is the value which is called as equilibrium constant and is given as symbol Kc. The subscript C indicates that that this equilibrium constant is calculated by using the concentration. So you have to calculate the concentrations, then we can determine it. To distinguish it from another equilibrium constant Kp, which uses the partial pressure. So Kc uses concentration, but Kp uses the partial pressure. Recall that the partial pressure is the particular pressure present on certain solute who is being engaged in formation of solution. If we have solution A, solution B, we are going to mix them. The pressure beat by, or the pressure which is possessed by the gas A or the gas B individually is called as the partial pressure. And when we combine the pressure which are collectively made by the gas A and the gas B, this is called as the total pressure. The point is, the subscript EQ indicates concentrations are at the equilibrium phases. Another point is that at certain temperature or at given temperature, the value of equilibrium constant does not change with the concentration, unlike the equilibrium position changes off. Now you should be clear, like at certain temperature, no change is going to happen if certain reaction reaches off equilibrium. Now, if it just reaches equilibrium at 37 degrees, it is not going to make any change but at that specific point if you have just reached equilibrium at that certain temperature. So in order to induce the equilibrium, you have to make changes. You have to change equilibrium. For that purpose, you have to make changes in the pressure, temperature, or in the concentration of certain reactants or maybe the product. So in order to do so, you have to make changes, increase or decrease in concentration of one thing. Next thing is that there are the two ways of obtaining a value for equilibrium constant. The first is by the experimentation, and this is the method we look at this section. We'll see it later on. So the point is that there is a certain equation given over there. This equation is depicting the same case like products are placed above along with this concentration material. This like the small alphabets like YZ, they are depicting about the concentrations, and it's repeating the same scenario. Now the next point is like how would you determine the equilibrium constant? Simply, you would determine the equilibrium constant by the known amount of the reactants they are allowed to reach the equilibrium along with their products. Next point is that at equilibrium, the amount of one substance is measured and the unknown is calculated by using the stoichiometric strategy, as we did in the chapter number 1 in the previous class. The point is, the certain example is given is like worked example, 2 mole of ethanoic acid 2 mole of ethanoic acid and 2 mole of ethanol are mixed and they are allowed to reach equilibrium with ethyl ethanoate at certain temperature. The amount of ethanoic acid at equilibrium is to be found at this certain concentration, while for the Kc it has also this fixed temperature. Now what they are going to do is they have written equation in the same phase. Before getting into depth, you should be clear about the sex, like all of them are present in their aqueous phases or all of them are in the liquid phases. Okay, the point is we have taken the concentration which is 2 for the reactant, but since we have no number of moles, we would say, like it's not given, so we would say it's 0 0 for both the products. Next is the case you are provided with the concentration. Recall this numerical, which is like the amount of ethanoic acid was found to be 0.07 mole. So it was given for one thing, and we will associate with the other reactants also. So for both the products, we will take them as 0.67. Now we are going to subtract the 0.67 from the reactants. The reason being is that the total amount 2 is like total amount of reactants which is being converted into the products. So simply till now 2 is the number of moles, while 0.67 is what we could say that number of moles of reactants converted into products. Till now it is 0.67. So we could say till now we could say that if 2 moles of the reactants react, they had just converted themselves into the 1.33 moles of the products are being formed till now. So we are going to place to find out the concentration. We are going to take this concentration. Taking the concentration, we will divide it with the volume, number of moles by volume. We got something which is called as 1.33 for the reactants. Again, they are the same thing for both the reactants, both the products. We will cancel out the VV which is given for the 4 times, so 2 times of V would cancel with the 2 times of the V in the reactant. So they will be intercancelled with each other. It means Kc has no units because the number of moles are present on both sides of the reactants. So that was it for the numerical number 1. For numerical number 2, it is basically 0.1 moles of N2O4 is placed into 0.1 dm cube of flask and is allowed to reach the equilibrium with NO2 at this certain temperature, again we have to calculate Kc. So we'll write up the equation. It was again given for the reactants. We are going to write it as 0.1 mole. Again, 0.1 mole, we will write it off. And for this, I mean, like they are depicting about initial and final value. So before reaching equilibrium, it was at 0.1. After reaching equilibrium, it just converted as that leftover material was 0.0671 moles. So we just did it. Now for the products, it is for the 0 mole. So we are going to subtract initial minus final value times 2 because they contain 2 number of moles. So we got an answer. Now we got to utilize this answer for the calculation of concentration. We're going to take moles and we are going to divide them with the volume. After we got the sum, we got an answer. So we are going to replace the products right above products divided by the reactants. Assembly for the products, they contain the squaric number of moles. So that's why it is going to be 0.58 square divided by 0.71. That is for the Kc, and we got certain answer. Now we again place this thing, but this time we got a unit. What is purpose of having unit this time is that we have a square on this reactant. I mean, since it contained two number of moles onto it as the products, so we will place 2 right above the bracket, and we will cancel moles per dm cube with the moles per dm cube. Now we got an answer which is called as mole per dm cube. That's it for today. So today we have learned something which is called as homogeneous reaction, which is basically when reactants and products both are present in the same phase, in the single phase. Either both must be in the reactive form, either both are in their either both of them in the liquid form or maybe in the solid form. So they must maintain the common phase into them. Later on we just discuss how we would calculate them, how we would write them. We have learned you have two methods of calculating them, that is Kc for concerning with the concentration, you have Kp in the concern for concerning like partial pressure. And later on we just discussed how we're going to determine them. It's like you're going to use one known value to calculate the other unknown value. Then you're going to check off your equation. If they have a double number of moles, you're going to multiply the given value with that times. Later on, if you don't have the thing and the equation is like 1:1 ratio, just minus final minus initial minus final value, you'll got an answer. That answer is supposed to divide by the volume, and again place product divided by the reactants, and you will be getting an answer which would be probably it will have no units if they cancel, if there are same number of reactants and the products. But if they would have different number of moles for the reactants and products, they might owe different units. So that's it today. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will proceed with the heterogeneous reactions. Till then, if you have any confusion, you can email us so that we could stay in touch. Thank you.